Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 8:57 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $3,049, down about 0.37% so far. With respect to overall crypto market on this Sunday, and also today is the Easter holiday in the United States as well. The overall market is kind of gliding on a sideways fashion, just sticking around the non-consolidated level that we identified so far. In respect to Ethereum, specifically, the number that we identify is the $3,050, which is exactly where we're at right now. At the same time, per my previous video that I posted yesterday, seems like there's a wedge being formed in front of us right now with the consecutive days of consolidation. So, with respect to the apex of the triangular shape that we're forming in front of us right now, we are contemplating which side of the spectrum are we going to be on. Are we going to be on the upward surge with respect to a downward wedge formation, or is it the opposite around, right? So we are keeping an eye out on it. And it seems like with respect to the current propensity, it seems like it is forming more of a neutral type of wedge as we see in front of us right now. But as Monday opened, this will give us a better clarity in terms of which side of the spectrum is going to be going to. But based on my gut feel, based on the MACD and the RSI, knowing the fact that the RSI is relatively depleted at the 46 out of 70, at the same time, a good thing is that with respect to the MACD is already below the signal line, right? So you know that we have crossed down, which is a depth cross already. So what we need to do naturally, you don't ever cross it again, right? Because you have already crossed. So you need to cross back up to form a golden cross. So I do believe this is a downward wedge, driving a surge coming. Okay, and I think it makes sense, right? Because based on the triangle, the apex, which is the pointy point, is it pointing upward or downward? It looks more downward than upward, right? And just feel free to correct me. So I think an upward surge will be more likely than the other way around. So it seems like a good sign based on the outlook of the chart that's forming in front of us. Respect to Bitcoin is forming something comparable. You could see that at 41 out of 70. So it's even more depleted than Ethereum. At the same time, we are curving down, trying to fuse it back together to match those two lines, and then we continue to form that golden cross and then cross up from there, right? So it seems like Bitcoin is not a terrible buy at the moment, consolidating, forming a downward wedge in front of us right now. Respect to Ethereum, classic, similar in fashion, right? Downward wedge surge should be imminent with the 45 of 70 about to cross back up again. Respect to Dogecoin, flat as well. Dogecoin is a little bit different in terms of the formation. It seems like we are, because of this two mega twin tower type of thing that's going on right here, driven by the Robinhood, adoption, and subsequently drive everybody to be buying on the day. But you could see that whatever goes really, really fast come down just as fast. So I feel, quite sorry for, the folks actually bought in when we were at the 17 cents at one point, right? And now just gave everything up. You basically gain everything, lost everything in the blink of like less than 12 hours, which is just crazy. 52 out of 70 right now. So Dogecoin definitely, a little bit more crazy, and be more cautious about this one. Cardano, Cardano is doing something comparable as well as a downward wedge, forming a curvature upward with the 43 out of 70. So crossing back up to break above 102 all the way to 120. Very logical. Solana down flat right now. Seems like this is not even a wedge, but if you want to make that a wedge, you could say so. But this is just a lot of gradual retail investors buying in, chasing it all the way to 145, and then selling back down because whatever goes really, really fast come down just as fast. You see that the baseball on the MACD line cross up to a relatively high apex on both sides, right? You could see the RSI was at 81 out of 70 at the same time. Respect to MACD also matches it. So as you form a depth cross, that was like the perfect opportune time to sell around like 130. Ultimately, you cannot time the market, but the setup was indicating a sell-off that was very imminent, and this is something that we've been discussing together, right? So right now, is at a good level. It seems like we're sustaining okay around the hundreds. But anywhere, you know, below hundreds, like all the way to 85 to 75 is still fair game. XRP is flat as well. You can see that we're contemplating on staying above the 78, which we are kind of, right? We are about to form a golden cross as well. You can see that clearly we're about to cross up with the 50 out of 70. So it's going to cross up, which drives a bullish pattern, which means that it's going to be surging imminently. But how long is this surge? I would say it's going to be short-lived because of already, like, we're relatively at the 50 out of 70. So it's not going to be very, very prominent. Let's just put it that way. Polkadot at the 50 out of 70 crossing up as well. So it's collectively, you know, showing a very similar pattern to like Ethereum. So I think a surge is imminent for this one, but it's at the 43 out of 70 as well. So surging back up to like 19, surging up to like the 22 is not going to be that, you know, illogical, if you may. Algorand, same thing, 41 out of 70 curving up. So it seems like a good dip right now, Algorand, but anywhere from basically current level to 67 is still very fair game. Shiba Inu, very funky, right? You could see very funky to like Dogecoin as well. At the same time, you could see that the chart is like very, very funky in terms of the views that you see in front of us. You could see that MACD is clearly on top of the signal line right now. Well, not clearly, it's very close together, but you could tell. So what means we need to sell back down again and then come back up. So I think 2100, 1400, 900 will be much more logical to DCA. MagTac is showing a little bit different stuff. It seems like it's a downward wedge as well, but it's very, very like funky looking. The 40 out of 70 curving up right now. So I think the contemplation is like, do we want to buy now? I think fair game right now is like 142 to 120, you know, in between levels, and the good consolidator level is the 133 based on the historical levels. So buying now is like 4 cents above it. It's not terrible, you know, so it's okay. Respect to AVAX, again, we're 59 to 50 based on the current setup. Luna up about 0.55%. We're contemplating, do we break this level? Basically, you could see that we had a consolidation level before and a bunch of times in the past, like if we look into it. But something worrisome to me is like if we break the current level with a long way down to the 59. So I personally, you know, it's not terrible to buy the dip right now, like, you know, to buy at the current level because it's the logical thing to do. But just be aware that if you break this, you have to go down relatively harshly, right, to 62, 52, and 45 from here, okay? So hopefully you guys have a great Sunday. It's probably my only video today, so I'm not going to post another one today because I do have some plans later today, and also the market's not that volatile, so no need to like regurgitate on the same thing over and over again. But if there's anything that arises, obviously I'll be here for you guys. But have a good Sunday, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.